boys and girls. After a small break, we are resuming our classes, right? So before the unit test, we were busy doing a chapter called as More on Internet, More on Networks, More on Network, More on Networks, right? Now, we have seen various definitions. Lastly, we have seen page number 171, website versus portal, web portal, right? That's what we have seen. Now we shall resume the same chapter, okay, from page number 172. Listen, boys and girls, we started this class way back in April 13th. We have started. 4 months have passed. Still there is an uncertainty exists. We never know. So I wish and I appeal to you all, boys and girls, right? Be regular attending the virtual classes, right? We should have this self-discipline. Oh, tomorrow we can see. Tomorrow never comes, never ever postpone. That's your work. Somehow that you have to do it sooner or later. Why would you wait for the tomorrow? Today itself, you listen this, browse through this. It hardly takes, at the most, not even 30 minutes. Right? Let's make it simple. What is a web site? What is a web page? What is a web portal? We shall see that. A website is one of the pages. When you club all the pages, it becomes a website, right? It becomes a website. It's in a digital form. What do you mean by digital form? You type it, a normal text, okay? Then you can fix images in it. You may have certain graphics. You may incorporate audio. You may incorporate video. You can incorporate animations. So when you put together, when you amalgamate, when you combine all of them, it becomes a digitized form. We don't call it as text. A text file which is done normally in a notepad. Super text file, then hypertext file. What do you mean by hypertext file? Just now I told you where you can have an audio, where you can have a video, where you can have a animations, okay, some pictures, if required graphics. So all of them can be incorporated in digital form. A web page is a digital document that is linked to the World Wide Web. That can be viewed from one of the web browsers. If you are using a Windows, MS Windows, one of the web browser is already there. It's part and parcel of your operating system. It's called as, you must have seen that E, shortest form of Internet Explorer, right? What happens is, some they install Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. Some they install Safari, any Apple products you may find, okay, to browse through. You will not find Internet Explorer, you will not find Netscape Navigator, you will not find Mozilla. Instead, you will find Safari. Right? There are plenty of variety of web browsers are there. So some they prefer to use a Google Chrome. It's up to the user, whichever you want. So the web browser enables us to visit the browse through various web pages. Right? A web page is nothing but a digital document. As I told you before, combination of this. Only the text can be there, audio and video can be there, audio, video and super text can be there. There could be some graphics, there could be some sort of, what should I say, animations, whichever you wanted. Okay, what do you mean by one more term which is related to this? hyperlink. Now you have a running text. Imagine there is a running text. One word you will not be able to understand, which is underlined blue in color. Take the cursor everywhere. The cursor will be an arrow mark, right? A pointed arrow mark, right? The moment you take a hyperlink, what happens is the arrow mark turns into a index finger pointing. So what happens is whose informations can be applied from the link which is provided there. That we call it as a hyperlink. Hyperlink refers to a link from a hypertext file to another such type of file. For example, all of you know encyclopedia, right? All of you know encyclopedia. Just you go to the search page and type something. Let's say Vipers, right? Viper, V-I-P-E-R-S. So it gives you what is a viper is, a venomous snake, right? Now, non-venomous, where they talk about the venomous and non-venomous, right? Whichever the related links are there, which can be connected, where you will have a website which will be underlined in the blue in color. As you take the cursor towards that, what happens is the cursor will not be an arrow mark, instead a pointing index finger pointing. So that current hypertext will lead to another hypertext. Okay, that will take you to another page where you can refer it and fall back to the original place. This concept is known as hyperlink. I would like to tell you what is a web portal. A web portal is exactly like a website. Web portal will have extra features. Extra features. What do you mean by extra features? The extra features which can give you some search engine, which can give you the weather forecast, then which can give you a gaming option, which can give you a shopping option. So 4 or 5 facilities which are clubbed together in a web page. Okay, this concept is known as a web portal. Do you understand what I say? Okay, for example, you go to a website called as XAVIER'S.org, right? Right? That's a web site. That website has got plenty of pages. A gallery will be there, about us, contact us, what you call preview of our school, and then the results, examinations, scheduling, plenty of things will be there, right? So each page is connected together, that becomes a web page. Our website may not provide the service, like what would be the expected weather forecast tomorrow. Will it be a warmer? Will it be a showery? Right? Will it be? So how would the weather forecast will not be there? Right? Then you may have a search engine. Search engine means what they call as search and working. Whatever you wanted, you search there, it will take you. These days, every website will have one of the services they provide is known as what they call as search engine. Search engine, weather forecast, right? Some gaming options, some shopping, links. If they club together, they call it as a web portal. These are the essential services these days, right? For instance, you go to a hospital. Hospital is primarily meant for what? Addressing the sickness. If somebody is sick, the sickness, the patient needs to be, the sickness needs to be addressed and find a solution for it, right? For example, as you go there, immediately your sickness is not addressed because there could be a plenty of people waiting there, or doctor may not be available, he may be engaged, where you have to wait. If you are waiting there, what happens is you may be tired of waiting. So they have a cafeteria. where you can have some soft drinks or some eateries, or you can dine there, right? If you are outpatient. If you are inpatient, what happens is food is, because you may not be feeling, you go to cafeteria and have some, right? So there are some places, there are some hospitals, they have some outlets besides the pharmacy, besides the eateries, that is hotel type. Okay, there are some outlets also there. It's become a fashion. What happens is you have a prayer house. If you go to a hospital called the CMC, no matter which faith you or I belong, what happens is most of them, when they go to hospital, they get distressed. So release it. What happens is they have a huge prayer hall. They have some canteens. They have some they call shopping. Small outlets are there. Right? You have a post office there. You have a booth. You have a what should we say? Agents which allow you to book the tour and fro tickets. So what happens is a hospital. For example, you are landing in a very closer to CMC hospital, which is there in Vellore. So people, they come and fetch you there, or they drop you back into airport. Or, okay, now your team of people will be waiting there in the railway station or the airport, okay, to give the assistance to you. So many hospitals don't think they're just addressing only the sickness, no. The interlinked services are also there, exactly. I'm giving this parallel example even in web portal also. When you enter into one of the websites, the websites may give other services, related services, which may be useful to you or may not be useful to you. Right? So such type of things are known as web portal. It's called as web portal. They also say, visit this URL, visit this site, browse this site. Some they use the term called as URL, stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Some they say Universal Resource Locator. There is plenty of resources are available in a server. Plenty of resources are available in a server. Now how do we get that resources to your computer system? Okay, everything is under your fingertips. How do you get it? So we call it as a URL. Stands for Uniform Resource Locator or Universal Resource Locator, matter is same. If you write one of the two, both are right. What do you mean by that? You are there in a place called as Gangtok. You visit a website called as XAVIER'S.org. The same person, you go to a city called as Paris, France, right? You go there, again visit the same site. No matter whatever may be your geographical location, the content is fetched from the server. The very same content is shown in Gangtok or Pakyam or in Paris or in London or in New York City or maybe in Boston City. No matter wherever that place you are, universally you will be able to access this. Or the content is same, uniform they say, or universal resource locator. I am doing this URL from page number 173. Please, I know most of you boys and girls don't even touch the textbook. You have paid for it. The resources are there with you. You must refer it after listening to this lecture. If you don't refer it, the resources are not being used. You have the resource, but you are not using it. Okay, just because laziness. No, you must make use of it. Just go through. You need not study, you at least read. I suppose you will be able to distinguish what is reading and what is studying. You are listening to me, it's more than enough. Same content I am telling you. After listening to this, if you can read, okay, things will be a bit clearer. Right? Let me tell you what is this URL. A location on the net server. As I told you, no? Beginning of the chapter I told you, client server technology. What do you mean by client server technologies? Plenty of information are available in the server which serves to the clients who will visit that website. If you write facebook.com, right? If you write facebook.com, what happens is automatically the facebook.com, it comes to you, which is there in the server, that comes to your desktop or laptop or maybe handheld devices, whatever may be that. What am I telling you is, each web page on your website has a unique address. You and I are capable of remembering the names. Identical names can be there. So what do they do? For every website, they give you a number. That number is unique. You understand what I say? How do you identify? When you type facebook.com, what happens is that particular page you are visiting, or from the server that file is transferred to your computer and which is visible. For your kind information, facebook.com. We understand, we visit that website. That particular website has a number. When you get the domain, when you have a right, when you get the rights to host a web page, you will be given a number. That particular number which will be unique. So some hundreds and thousands of, not hundreds and thousands, billions or trillions of websites are available. Trillions of websites are available. They develop it, they erase it, they maintain it, they modify it, whatnot. They do plenty of job. Each website has a unique set of numbers. These numbers are known as URL, Universal Resource Locator. The first page of your website, for example, the moment you visit a website called as Microsoft.com, the very first page, which we call it as a index page. Okay? There was home page of Microsoft. It comes there. From there, which we take to other pages. Right? URL is also referred as sometimes referred as addresses. Okay, web address we call, right? Okay, unique set of numbers are known as web address. Now let me tell you what do you mean by a domain name. Which domain are you working? These are all the terminologies which are frequently used by the people who serve in the IT sector. IT means what? Information technology sector, those who work. Domain. An internet address or domain name is the equivalent to of your postal address. What do you mean postal address? Every house has got a unique number. You will not find two identical. For example, there is a road nearby. It's called as Machang Road. There is only one road. There is no. You may have a place called this, and each house has been numbered. You will not find in Pakyong two Machang roads. You will find only one Machang road. And in each Machang road, each house is numbered. That number is always unique. Right? An internet address or a domain name is equivalent to of your postal address on the internet. As you have physical addresses, right? You live in an area that has got a city name or a town name or a village name. It has its own pin code. It has got its own road, street name. And each street, every house is numbered, right? So exactly, domain name is nothing but your postal address in your server. In other words, every domain name is equivalent to of your postal address. It is a way of your contact and the customer. You will find your website on the web. Therefore, domain name is essentially when creating a website. Whenever we create a website, we have been given a domain name. For example, yourdaddy.com means they are the service provider. You pay the money, they give you 1 year. Okay, you can develop, this many MBs will be given, you can develop a website and you can visit it. Right. An internet address is composed of www. It's always prefixed, even if you don't type. It comes by itself. For example, facebook.com. When you type in what happens, it's automatically www will come. You know, World Wide Web. Okay, and followed by the domain name and the extension if you have. What do you mean by domain name? Facebook/. There you can write from the Facebook. They have plenty of services. One of them you can go directly. The main name is Facebook/. Then whatever, wherever you wanted from Facebook, wherever you wanted, you can go. Facebook/prank. So it will take you to a particular section from Facebook. One of them is called as prank, where you can visit all of them. Right? A URL contains, what is the domain name is, I repeat again. A domain name is the internet addresses of your websites. Okay? A URL contains the domain name and more to locate the individual web pages. All web pages of the same website will have different URLs but the same domain name. Right? This book has got 190 pages. So this title of this book is Computer Studies, a textbook for class 8 written by Sumita Arora. It's only one book can be there. The 180 pages or 190 pages is there in every book. But the book name is unique and the author name. Book name can be identical, but authors are different. Exactly the same. Okay. Next class we shall see domain name servers, followed by IP addresses, then ISP, that is Internet Service Providers. What do you mean by bandwidth, networking, connecting devices? We shall see all of them in the next class. They may not be related to the web pages, websites, portals, domains. Instead, what we will do is, what are the related items like modem, right? If you have a modem, you should have a bandwidth to connect it. You should also, how will you connect it? Because someone has to give the service to you. It's called as Internet ISP. This and all we shall see in the next class. I hope you watch this video today itself, boys and girls, which will be a weekend, Saturday, okay, 15th of August, which is a national holiday. If I ask you to find out and see, I'm sure you will not be able to do it. Please, the same day, if you watch and refer the book, is going to be an easy task. Take care, boys and girls. Happy Independence Day. Bye-bye.